Yeah, there you go, Jackson. I like it.
Out with a rock star drink. I love it.
I love it. I love it.
Well, welcome you guys. Hi to those of you watching live in EXP Family Tree. This is a unique call because we're going to be going over an opportunity that's available to anyone that is a real estate agent and wants to grow their business. You know, we're in a strange market all across the country. Different things are happening, nevertheless, still strange. And it is also the end of summer and now into Q4, which is a time to get back on track, rejuvenate, be refreshed, to move into action, more action, maybe more consistent action than we had the chance to in summer. So there's a whole bunch of reasons I'm excited to be doing this call with Rob Tucker today. I have a number of people that I've partnered with or am just friends with in the industry that have already said to me that they are ready to get back into something of more structure, something that's a little bit more of a plan. I did a video today about this, Rob, because I think it speaks true to anybody, whether they're new in real estate or they've been in real estate for 30 years. You know, we got into real estate, and so we sometimes feel like we're just going to reject all plans, or like we don't want to be held to something so structured. We want to be the bosses of our business. And although that's true, the reality is it's not really how things work. And most of us, if left to our own devices, will overthink things, get ready, and not create the consistency. And so if we even bring it back to working out as an example, you know, the people that really succeed at that either have a trainer that tells them what to do. They pay for it, by the way, or they actually pay for a plan, whether it's a meal plan, whether it is a workout plan, all of these apps. The whole reason you download them is because it tells you what to do each day. So whether we want to pretend that we like it or not, the reality is we actually do like it, and we usually do need it, and it makes it easy. And so if you need some sort of just kind of reset button, you want to up your game a little bit here in Q4, you feel like you want to get a little bit more serious, you want to have some fun, you want to try something new, I think Rockstar Agent is something you might want to check out. So the goal today, as we are recording this, it will be on my YouTube channel. You can share it with anybody in the industry you want. This is absolutely not a brokerage specific training. I want you to hear that. This is a training to help anybody from brand new in the business to super successful in the business already, wanting to do better and more. Lots of years in the business, a few months in the business, it can help anybody. And it really is just where we can come together and have a plan of action, have a system we can plug into, have resources, have lots of different various coaches to learn from and trainers, and really just something super affordable. Yes, it costs something, because if you don't pay anything, you're not going to show up. You have to have some skin in the game. But I'm going to tell you right now, is it $96, right, Rob? Oh, $96 for a month is very, very monetary. Just skip your coffee at Starbucks and just brew it at home yourself, and you aren't going to be spending any money. But you have to give something in order to feel like you're going to be committed to do something. I truly believe that. So you're going to get thousands of dollars worth of coaching from people that literally charge thousands of dollars a month to coach people for $96 a month in a group setting, and tons of different time frames and days so that you can, you know, move around their live streams so you can go watch them later. But I really would encourage you to, if you're going to do this, to engage and you know, come live to some of these things, because that's how you actually build relationships and get into the right conversations. So without further ado, I want Rob, first and foremost, for you, if you don't mind, to share some of the things that you've been seeing over, let's say, the course of the last 3 months or so, that you guys have kind of been doing kind of a pilot program. You know, the first group coming through, you've helped lots of agents. What sort of successes? I have some of these testimonials you've sent to me. I personally have somebody that joined us brand new to real estate, having tremendous success with your program. And we interviewed him last month here live on EXP Family Tree. So check the live stream if you want to. And watch that. So I'd love to hear that from you, but I'd also love to give people a very little sneak peek of what it actually looks like, if you don't mind doing that. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but sometimes it's hard for people to understand, what is this program really like? What am I really going to have access to? So those are the two things I'd like to do today. And then we'll just kind of share some more things. And if people pop in that have been part of this program, please raise your hand and share your own testimony and what you've liked about it and how it's helped you. And we'll just kind of answer questions and take it from there.
Perfect. I love it. All right. I want to stay, if it's okay with you, let me take just a step backwards, right, for a second. So this industry is interesting. And why I say that is because we all can really, and here's the reality, we can find training on anything all across the board, right? I mean, if we want to go figure out how to do a real open house, we can go to YouTube, we can go to, I mean, it's just a dime a dozen.
Right.
Here's the challenge with that. And here's what we've seen over the years. And I didn't realize this until probably about 10 years ago, building my own teams. I went, all right, why do some agents fail? Why do some agents succeed? I mean, I'm giving them the same thing that I'm doing, but it's not working for them like it's working for me. And then all of a sudden the light bulb popped. Well, wait a minute, there's the issue, right? Because here's the challenge with that. We are not all the same. As a person, we're not all the same. We have different personalities. We have different strengths. We have different things that we do well. We have different things that we like to do. We have different people that we like to hang out with and do things with, right? But when you look at real estate, we are inundated with training. How do you do this? How do you do this? We go to a conference and there's so many people up on a stage and it's like, oh, right, all right, you know, we do that, right? And it's kind of the guru syndrome, right? So we look at this person, they're having fantastic success. And what they don't say on stage is that I am a D personality. And that means that this technique that I've gotten and done well works for me, but it may not work for you if you're not a D personality. That's like, wait a minute, huh? So if you look at lead generation pieces, right? And you take all the different personalities and you put them all in a bucket, they all work. But if you put them in the individual personality buckets of using the DISC test as an example, a D, an I, an S, and a C, they don't all work for every one of those personality profiles because it's completely different. Just like we don't like every person that we come in contact with, right? We don't hang out with people that we aren't like. We have a tendency to attract and to be around people that we like. Real estate's no different. So we started doing this process, and it starts with that base piece. We do this DISC test profile, and everybody that comes into the platform does the DISC profile. By the way, we just built it into the profile, so you don't have to go out and do it again as of next week. So y'all, it's kind of cool. So it comes in, and you do your DISC profile. And let's say that you are a I, right? It's going to actually give you recommended courses based on your personality profile. Go figure, right? So you think about that and you look at, you know, the D, the I, the S, and the C. And if I told, you know, I'm sure that there are people that are watching this that are S's and C's. Yeah. And some of you that I can see, are any of you guys S's and C's?
Not me, but I know a few people on here.
I know, that's right. So you have the D's and the I's too, right? Take those different things. Yeah. But if I tell an S and a C, the only way that you can be successful in real estate is to do cold calls. Do you want to watch them squirm and fail? Because it's going to happen, right? So when you look at that piece of it and you change it and say, here are the things that you should go with, and here are the things that you should look at because they're going to fit your personality profile. Well, all of a sudden, everything changes because now it's a comfort factor. Now, all of a sudden, they'll practice it. They'll get good at it. They'll do it for longer. They'll have fun doing it. And the success shines with that as well. I mean, I see one on the phone right now, or one on the screen right now that came into this program. And it was interesting because she found her thing. And I'm not going to say anything. She'll say something in a second, I'm sure. But I'm watching all of a sudden, she found her thing that fit her personality, right? That's yes, you, Victoria. And all of a sudden, here it is doing the thing that fits her personality. And now all of a sudden there's 7 appointments in the span of 2 hours of a process, which, you know, you think about today's market, that's a little bit of a challenge, right? Well, it's not if you find your right thing. So we get into this, and that's kind of what the program is based on as well. So let me share, I'll share with you and share screen for a second.
Perfect. Yes, thank you for being here, Victoria. So we'll have you share your story in a minute. Rob's going to share the screen, and then I'm going to open it up to some people who've been going through it just to share how it's helped them. So thank you for being here.
And by the way, happy birthday, Victoria.
Yay, happy birthday.
So you look at this, right? And what you're going to notice is one of the big things that, again, is a challenge in the real estate industry. We as an industry look at results way more than we look at activities. We
Mhm.
look at how many buyers are you working with? How many sellers are you working with? How many people did you add to your database? All of this stuff. Everybody's been asked that. The challenge with that is if we're struggling, if we're a new agent, if we've hit a plateau, if we're trying to figure out if something works, how many times are you going to say zero before your mindset sort of takes a dive, right? Because it affects that, right? So we ask a different question that is completely controllable by you as an agent. And that's, how many conversations did you have a day? How many calls did you attempt? How many note cards did you send? How many of the activities that lead to the results, i.e. lead indicators, did you do in a given day that will eventually, if you do them consistently over time with the activities that build the habits, lead to the result? And so when you ask that, you can have a win every day when you ask the questions about this, right? Every single day, even if it's a 1, you won that day. Congratulations, right? So you look at this, and when you do your goals, it's going to give you those things, but it's also going to give you specifics. How many hours do you need to spend to hit that goal? What are your points totals that you need to hit that goal? And it's going to give them to you by week, by month, by year, all of that stuff. But then when you add the disc test and the profile to it, you have a game process, and we'll talk about that, I'm sure, that you can get a little bit competitive with the activities, and it's all weighted for you. Then you've got the courses that are here as well. And as an example, there are over 50 courses that are in this, and they're broken down by personality profile. So somebody can go in, find the things that they like, but not only does it have whatever it is that they're going to do for lead generation, but every piece of support material is in a Canva template that all they do is click the template, put their name and number on it, whatever it is that they're going to change on it. And by the way, we even have somebody that'll do that for them if they want to as well. But it's all done. There's never any, you don't have to go to Fiverr, you don't have to go find it, you don't have to recreate it, you don't have to do any of that stuff, right? It's all there and done. So it's just a turnkey process that gives you the specifics, the support materials, all the training, all in one place that anybody can access. Whew, I haven't talked fast in a while.
In addition, just really quickly, there are also live coaching sessions with really, really great coaches, right?
Oh yes. So 8 times a week. So noon at Monday through Thursday, we have that. And then also at 4 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, we have another live session. All of them are recorded. All of them are posted. All of them are categorized again by the disc profile and what they are, so that you can go in and watch them. If you miss them, you can go back and look and pick up the ones, because we have had, Cari, we've had you on talking about mindset, right? Which is fantastic. A lot of people don't do that. We don't talk about that mindset process. We've had Elizabeth Riley teaching her piece of it, which is how she does over $37 million a year, just and singularly with referrals.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting when she did hers. Here's the advantage too, because you can go find Elizabeth's presentation somewhere else.
Yeah.
We took all of her materials and we converted them all into Canva templates for everybody that's in the program.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that? So people are sharing their stuff and they are putting it in here, so you can just basically make it your own, copy it, rip off and duplicate, like we say. So Elizabeth Riley has built her business as a top agent in the Austin market just by developing relationships. She does some interesting kind of pop buys, some cards. It's the consistency. And it's like, I think oftentimes we have great ideas, we just don't actually execute on them. And if we can take away the thinking part and just getting into the doing part, it helps a ton.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
So lots of actual live coaching sessions, tons of different options. You don't have to go to 8 of them. I wouldn't recommend that, because you need to be doing. It's there for you so that you can pick and choose the ones each week that benefit you, so that you can engage in something, because odds are that you'll be able to make one of those work, if not a couple. And that's the key. Or if there's a topic that you really, really want to hear about, you can go back and watch it if it didn't work for you. If there's a coach you really wanted to learn from or that resonates with you, that is available to you. And then, so you put in the number that you want to make, And then according to your disc profile, according to what you say you want to make, it's going to help you as the agent understand the activities that are probably going to work best for you, but also how many of those activities you actually have to do in order to make the money you want to make. Correct?
Yes, you got it. So over the years, we've looked at each of those activities and we've given them a weighted value. And so it's got base activities. And by the way, we have a minimum time frame that we evaluate an activity before we'll add it to the point system. And it's three years. There's nothing on there that is anything less than 3 years, because if you think about it, if you have something that we just put on there and somebody says, okay, do this, right? All of a sudden, they may have some immediate success, but then 6 months later, all of a sudden it died. So there's not a consistent process in there, or it may be completely opposite. Maybe it took 6 months for it to start, but you look at the evaluation of the process and what the points totals are, and that goes for years, right? I mean, it's just like referrals. I mean, perfect example, right? Referrals, yes, they're important, but are they immediate business? Maybe, maybe not. But if you look at it over time, you can see if you do 50 points, then it's going to lead, well, on a consistent basis, it's going to lead to X amount of results. And so we're going to give you those numbers so that you know. And by the way, Cari, every single time somebody has followed the point system for 12 months, they have met or exceeded their goal.
Say that again.
Every time, 100% of the time that somebody has followed and hit their DPA number at least 4 days a week for 12 months, they have met or exceeded their goal, period.
You guys, it is a numbers game to a certain degree, but it's like we're trying to figure out what is the numbers game we're even playing. And that's the problem. We don't know. So we're playing a game that we don't actually know all the rules to. So speaking of DPA, Victoria, who was on and she's having really bad service. She's on her phone and she wasn't someplace with good service. She sent me a message because she has a huge testimony, and you can probably add to this, Rob, because you spent time with her, but out of her own words, she sent me a message, and here's what it says. Business events, sponsorship with buyer seller seminars for the employees and employers. So she's going into businesses and she is doing buyer and seller seminars for the employees by the employer allowing them, like a benefit. Door knocking with a drop by. And all follow-ups with handwritten notes and cards. From June 1 until now, $100,000 in GCI. From June 1 until now. Okay, this is September 13th, just so that you guys can remember this. 4 new listings, 3 million with 3% commission, an additional 90K in GCI. A door knock referral also led to a lead to a developer wanting to do 300 to 400 units in the next 3 to 4 years. She spends 3 to 4 hours a day on her DPA only, Monday through Thursday. DPA, what is DPA, Rob?
Dollar productive activity.
She plugged it in. She knew what to do. Since June, she's been doing it 4 days a week, 3 to 4 hours a day, only on those activities. Okay, that's a huge testimony. Now, Victoria had some experience in real estate before. She was not brand new. I would like to share personally, if you guys want to scroll down in the EXP family tree, I did last month on a Wednesday, just type my name in and you'll see all the different live streams. On a Wednesday, I interviewed a gentleman by the name of Michael Privet, who's down in North Carolina, brand new agent. You guys, just got his license, has never sold a home, was a traveling nurse, no experience in sales. He wanted a plan because there was no room for failing because he had to replace his income to support his family, his wife and his daughter. He got into this program. And as of today, 3 to 4 months later, he's got multiple buyers, up 7 listings in his pipeline. You guys, he hasn't even sold a house yet. And all he's focusing on is open houses and door knocking. And he is having and he does the handwritten notes after. He is having tremendous success, but he does 200 doors a week because he knows his number and he hasn't stopped doing it. The key is consistency. So brand new agent, somebody with experience, both finding success. It really isn't like rocket science. It's just like, what are we going to be able to plug into to get ourselves to do the things that we need to do? I mean, that's really the question. Is there anybody else on the call right now that's in the program, has been in the program, that wants to share? Because I'm not sure, but there could be. Do you see anybody, Rob?
I'm looking, trying to see. Jackson's been around for a little bit. Let me share this one while people are doing that, because
I don't know if Sheena has already been in. Has Sheena been in? I know Sheena's going to come in this next session and
Yeah,
train.
she's coming in the next
Okay.
session to train.
Hey,
Let me
Sheena.
wait a minute, go ahead. Who said that?
Hey,
Hey,
I'm
Sheena.
driving. How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
I'm just here, hanging out, listening.
Awesome. We're happy you are.
I'm plugging all of the agents on my team into the Rockstar program. By the way, it's good stuff.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have people that you've brought into your world, you feel a sense of responsibility for them, you should show them this. This is not something that they have to pay thousands of dollars for. It's very economical and it will help them and it will leverage you. If you have people you care about in the industry that aren't with you, it doesn't matter. Show them the way. And if this is something that you have felt in yourself that you need to up your game, then this might be for you. Okay, Rob, what are you going to show us?
All right, let me show you this. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
All right, so this is a text message that I got in. Sam was a brand new college graduate. He sent me this message. I'm about to put my next property under contract, put me at 10 million on the year in volume. Okay. So my question that I ask is, how long had he been in real estate? Guys, this is month number 10.
Wow.
Month number 10. All right, wait a minute, it gets better. Hold on. This was a few months later. Just wanted to give you another update. Almost at 3.5 million closed pending in the first month and 13 days of 2022. This is a 23-year-old that just graduated from college, never had a sales job, never had anything. He's at 3.5 million in 1 month and 13 days in his second year in the business. And looking to be past 4 million by this time next week. By the way, he went on and closed over 29 million in year number 2.
And he's been a Rockstar agent since the beginning?
Yeah, since his very first day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now, here's what's interesting, because you brought this up a second ago. Following a consistent activity, right? We again have a tendency to throw a bunch of stuff against the wall and see what sticks. The challenge with that is we don't do it long enough. We don't practice it enough to get good at it. So all of a sudden it doesn't work in a week and we go to find something else. Does anybody sound familiar with that? Okay. I mean, yeah, I got some people laughing on there, right? So here's the challenge. If we took 2 pieces of lead generation, by the way, he did that with one, what you just saw, one form of lead generation.
Yes.
One form, by the way, that was the mega open house program that he did that with. Okay.
So that's how I started. So Rob, I wish I would have had this program. I didn't. I failed forward. It took me a lot longer than it would have if I would have had a plan, but I didn't do anything but one thing when I started in real estate. By the way, I happen to be 23 too. So he and I have some things in common. Now, I don't think I did 20 million, although the average sale price back then was like $140,000.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I did do like 10 million, or 12 million my second year. And I was the #1 agent within year 2 of my office. And I was 24 years old and looked like I was probably 12. So I did cut my hair, dyed it dark to look the part. This is a whole nother story. But you guys, I didn't have any shiny object. I didn't have much money to spend. And I didn't know about anything else really to do. And I didn't want to call because it's not my personality. So I was like, what am I going to do? I guess I'm going to do open houses. And the fact that I didn't have a lot of the things that we have right now as distraction, I really feel like we are a little like, it was better back then because I didn't have like 70,000 YouTube videos to watch. I didn't have all these people telling me I could make $1 bazillion doing ABC. I had nothing. I was like, what do people do? Oh, maybe I'll do some open houses. I can afford that. It's just my time. But what ended up happening is because it was my only focus, it actually really, really worked. And I became really good at it. That's what we've lost, Rob.
There's the athlete's mentality too, right? You look at an athlete, you look at anybody that is truly a high level athlete. For you guys that are out there that have played high level, high school sports, collegiate sports. I know there's some pros, by the way, too. I mean, we just had Takara Williams, who is WNBA pro, on doing a class with us. And it's interesting to look at the parallels of successful real estates and successful athletes at that level. They will take their one sport, right? Unless your name is Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders, you're not going to go and hit a home run and do an NFL touchdown in the same day. It's just not, I mean, Michael Jordan didn't have that kind of success, right? When he went from the NBA to pro baseball. So you look at that piece of it, but they break down what they're doing on a consistent basis to get better on a daily basis. And that brings up this piece too, because we talk about this. If agents would add 5 things into their daily routine, that's it, 5 things, they would double their business in 60 to 90 days. You want to know what those things are, by the way? All right, you ready? First one. This is the fun one that nobody wants to do because they get tired. Go walk around the block or do something healthy for 30 minutes. Okay, because you got to have your mind. And by the way, do it in the morning because that gets you prepped for the day. Number 2, take 30 minutes a day and practice your craft. Find a partner, practice your scripts, practice your presentations, practice how to have somebody do a buyer's agency agreement, a listing agreement, all of those pieces, not just lead conversion scripts. Because we all do that, and you go to any of these, so many of these script and dialogue sessions, and it's all lead conversion scripts. It's not about the other thing when they say, yeah, I'll meet with you, and all of a sudden the agent goes, what do I do now? Right? So you do this process, and if you would practice for 30 minutes a day and practice your craft, by the end of 30 days, do you think that you would be better at what you're doing? Well, yeah, of course, right? Here's the other piece. One of the biggest fears with agents, especially if they're new or struggling, how many homes have you sold? How long have you been doing real estate?
Yeah.
Well, if you take 30 minutes a day and you increase your knowledge level, what I mean by that is absorption rates. Know what they are, not just for the area, but for the neighborhoods that you're going to work with. Know what the sales volumes are, know what neighborhoods are specific, go tour open houses, broker opens, things like that, to know what's there. All of a sudden your knowledge increases so that if somebody asks you a question, you can answer it. You can have a legitimate conversation with a buyer or seller anytime on anything if you increase your knowledge for 30 minutes a day. 4th thing, 2 to 3 real estate conversations a day. You realize that if every one of you had 2 to 3 real estate conversations 5 days a week, that's it, you'd make $200,000 a year. That's it. I know. Now you're thinking, wait a minute. Huh?
I got one more.
Yeah, go, Sheena.
Make sure you drink strong coffee.
Yeah. Yes. You know, it's, my coffee maker has that one thing that says I forget what it is. It's enhanced brewing or something like that. And it does strong coffee, and I get the dark roast anyway. So, you know, look, we're at 2:30 at Eastern time, and I started coffee at 5 o'clock this morning, and I'm wired. So anyway, it works. So, but then, so there you go. Do what we call DPA activities on a daily basis, right? Hit those numbers. Number 5, and this is a fun one too, review your day at the end of the day.
Yes.
Figure out what you did, how you did it, where you can get better. Okay. Talk about those things, figure it out. And by the way, don't be afraid to fail. We have a tendency, oh God. So how many people do you know that have changed the name failure? It's not a failure. It's a learning opportunity. It's a challenge. Guys, if we continue to say failure is bad, do you think it's helping us or hurting us to try things new? Ooh, yeah. Think about that, right? Because we're scared of failure if we keep trying to change the name of what failure is. Failure, there's nothing wrong with failure. Man, how many free throws did Michael Jordan miss? Right? How many times did Babe Ruth strike out?
Yep.
How many times did Tom Brady not win the Super Bowl? Right? I mean, you look at that and you're thinking about the greatest of all time and whatever that they're thinking about doing. They failed more than they succeeded. But because they weren't afraid of failure and because they took the time to master their craft, they're the greatest in the world at what they do.
Yeah, because again, it boils it down a little bit to the numbers game. It's the volume. I read something the other day that volume will always be more, will always help you more than luck, because of course, but volume turns into luck. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, if you do it enough, of course, something's going to stick, something's going to work, but you have to be able to track it. So what I like about this program is tracking, because you focus on the activities, which is what you can control. And the results will eventually come if you focus on the activities, you do it consistently, and you know the number of them that you're supposed to do. And then you can reflect using the system at the end of the day, because you actually have something to reflect on. Most of us are just flying around every day and we don't even know what we actually do. How do we even know if we're being consistent? How do we even know if we had 2 to 3 conversations about real estate? Because by the end of the day, you're like, what the heck did I even do? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. So the system is really important. You know, I think about this because I see some people on the call that are coaches, that are mentors, utilizing this program and getting your mentees or those that you coach or those on your team in this with you can leverage you, so you don't have to create the program, but you can go along with them and then use it and then add in your own accountability. So that's something I'd encourage. Go find other people that just want to up their business in the market that you're in. Who cares what company they're with? Come from a place of contribution, do it alongside of them, get together once a week in person, get some energy going, you know, and it's going to help you in your business too. There is absolutely no way it doesn't help you in your business. By the way, Victoria just kept texting me. She said, when she said, I spend 3 to 4 hours daily on the DPA only Monday through Thursday, she followed that up with my DPA points are 888 a week, I believe. She has to come up with 888 points a week, which you will see in the system. It tells you what you have to do to hit certain points for a goal of $550,000 GCI. That's what she has. So, you know, she knows her numbers now. I can guarantee you before she started this, she probably did not.
Oh, no, Even, you know, and so many people talk about that. I didn't know what I was doing and what I wasn't doing.
Yeah.
You know, you think we get busy and we don't get, but we miss productive. We miss looking at what we're doing because we get a phone call and all of a sudden an hour and a half later we say, oh, and we never go back to what we were doing.
Yeah.
So we get busy and we think that we're doing something productive, but we're not. So if you look at that piece of it and track it, and by the way, here, let me show you this too, because this goes with exactly what you were talking about. There you go.
Yep.
So this is a metrics page, right? And so you look at this and we split it into 2 pieces. So this is your DPA. This is your dollar productive activity. And I can look at it by week, by month, by year. This is my sample one, by the way. But you look at this and I can look at this exactly. And I can say, all right, wait a minute. I had 193 conversations that led to 29 appointments. Okay. Do I need to work on my conversations to get a little bit higher productive? Right. So we know exactly what we're doing. And by the way, guys, you're going to have zeros on some of these because some of these don't fit with your actual personality, right? So that's fine. But then it goes down to the results. So watch this. I had 634 conversations out or calls attempted, 193 conversations. I set 29 appointments and only 10 showed up. Guess what the conversation is? Ooh, we got to work at making sure that we're setting a solid appointment and also following up to make sure that they're going to show up, right? But then I had 10 of them that showed up, but only 5 signed. What's the thing that I've got to work on? Presentation and value and making sure that they're doing it. So as you progress and as you get in here and you continue to track these numbers, there is no question what we can do, what we can work on to get better at our craft. And that's something that most agents never do.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. So what questions do we have from the group? Anybody have any questions or thoughts? There's a ton more testimonials that Rob sent to me. If anybody wants to read through them, like I don't want this to sound like we're trying to sell you. If this isn't the right time for you, we're going to do it again. Like, I'm not worried about that. What I do want is you guys to know, like, this is actually a proven system. You know, that's what I want to get across is like, if you're going to invest the next 30 days or well, it starts in October. If you're going to invest those 30 days and you're going to invest $96, I want you guys to know, like, this isn't just made up yesterday. It's very organized. We've been doing it and inviting people in our world now with Rob for a number of months, and he's been doing it for a lot longer than that. So Jackson.
Okay. So 2 years ago, I had my own small little brokerage, but I was more an investor, private money, creative financing. That guy owned rentals. So, but coming into here, I'm like, hey, I like the competition thing. I see that. And I first kind of started checking it out as Rob's kind of back shadowing it and window shopping it during the recruiting thing. And I was trying to figure it out before I got in. I'm the guy that, like, I know what car I'm going to buy, but I'll still go to the car lot 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
And got to get out of my own way. So I'm looking at this. I'm not a door knocker. I'm so ADD kind of over the place. So I'm not going to hold an open house.
You know what this is, right? That I'm holding up, Jackson, right?
See.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't do my own contract. I don't read. I need audiobooks. So I'm like, I can't. But I like being in front of people and all that. So I'm like, so that's one thing. I'm like, is this program start here? And then if you're going here, what am I missing so far? So I'm like, I got all those questions. And then, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. And so all this EXP and everything's really got me into, okay, I'm like, I'm going to go after an icon. I'm going to see what I can icon this stuff out. And, and then also pull in 30 recruits this year. So that's just kind of how I run. And I'm like, so that's kind of some of my questions. So I'm like, I hear a lot of open house. I hear a lot of door knocking, and I'm like, so I guess that's where I'm at with it.
So, all right. So here's the thing. And I said C because you're evaluating, right? You're looking. You're going to go through and you're going to go back to the car lot 10 times, even though you know what it is. Well, that's your C personality coming out, right? Which means that you are not going to go and do some of the things that people are going to do. But when you go through here, and that's one of the strengths of it, and that fits so well with this, because we're going to give you the pieces that are going to fit your personality, that you're going to enjoy doing. Because here's the reality. All of you guys that are on here and will watch this, there are things that people are trying to get you to do that you will never do and that you shouldn't do because it's just not you. It's not going to be comfortable. You're going to hate it. And that means that at some point in time, if nobody's told you go do this because it fits your personality, you're going to start questioning whether you need to go get a job, right? As opposed to enjoying real estate. And this is not HGTV, right? It's not all the glitz and the glamour of real estate. That's just the reality of it. And if we can find the things that fit you and your personality, Jackson, and you enjoy doing them, that means you will do them consistently and you'll have results, as opposed to banging your head against the damn wall, which 85% of agents bang their head against the wall and don't make it to year number 2. So let's change that. Let's change that, because everybody on here, everybody that watches this knows somebody that's struggling or not doing what they can do. And it's because they don't have the answers to those questions. What fits them? Let's go find what fits them. Let's help them.
I love it. I had somebody say the other day, they feel like they're, where they are just in real estate, and the people they're surrounding themselves with, like, people are just helping the top producers at this time. And they're like, just feeling like, well, who's helping me? And it doesn't matter if we've been in the business for 20 years or 2 months. We all go through ups and downs, and we're in a weird market, and we all need new energy, and we all need new ideas, and we all need to be around other people and different coaches to keep ourselves moving forward and to get into action and to find out what's right for us and to be inspired to do it. And so I think that this program, what is awesome about it is anybody can come from anywhere in the United States, from any brokerage, and just actually get helped, and we can help them. And it's extremely, extremely affordable, but they're going to pay a little bit of money so that they actually show up and take it seriously. So can you tell us when the next one starts, Rob?
Yes, absolutely. So what we've got the next production challenge starts officially on October 30th. Okay. Then the other thing that we have too, for those of you who are into the attraction piece, we have one of those that starts November 1st. Now, let me give you this though too. Training and everything is already available for all of that. So guys, don't wait to do it, because if you guys can get in here and start the process, because we have live classes, live training 8 times a week. You can go back, you can look at these things, you can find, you will get a jump start because you're getting into the final quarter of 2023. That is usually when most agents decide to go on vacation, which means that it's also the opportunity for you to pick up the people that are going to buy and sell, because they aren't doing it. You are. So let's go find it. Let's do it. Let's increase your market share over the next 3 months. Don't wait. Don't wait, because here's the other piece of it. It's not just about the game piece of it. It's about this, because the platform is not built on the game. The platform is built on helping you succeed and get to where you want to be based on where you currently are and who you currently are. So that's something that you don't wait to start that. Jump in now and let's start changing the trajectory of your career.
Awesome. So if you want to sign up, if you know that the person that you have partnered with your team leader or anything like that is part of this, then go to them. Otherwise, reach out to me on work chat and I'm going to send you the link to sign up.
Yes.
I know a number of you are people with me and you want to do this with me, and I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be contributing. I'm going to be doing some extra accountability with those that are doing it and having fun with it. But I want you guys to start as soon as you can. If you want to start closer to the 30th, a week or two before that, if some of you are going to EXPCon and want to get through that, that's fine too. But you can start now. Hey, Barry. Barry tells everybody, sign up.
Yeah, Tracy asked if she has, Tracy, you have access from day one. So yes, you have, yeah. And that's why I say the platform is not based on the game piece of it, right? That's just an added benefit that you guys get. This is something that you can start right now and have results 30, 60, 90 days. Here's the thing. If you do this and you follow the process of doing this, you'll have closings in the next 60 to 90 days. Period.
Yeah, I started my business with a point system. And about 4 months ago, I was trying to find the points piece of paper that was photocopied and beaten up from many years ago and could not find it. And I even asked other agents, they didn't know what I was talking about. So I love the point system.
I mean, Tracy, you have a great opportunity. Go find people that are like, just start putting out on social. I'm trying to look for somebody local, anybody local that wants to do this with me. This is how I started my business. I'm so excited. And you be the coach, that leverages this to help them and helps you. I think that would just be cool. It fits a lot into what you've been wanting to do and what you're being called to do. And, just leverage the system. I was talking to somebody the other day who is a coach. I said, why not just use this program as your background for it? Because gosh, you couldn't even create this stuff by yourself. It would take years, so, and why do it? Because it's so inexpensive. You could still run your coaching business and have people have this little add-on $96 and, reduce your fee by $96 and call it a day and make more money. And so, that's a whole nother story. But if you are a coach watching this, reach out to me because this could be a great opportunity.
Yeah, y'all do that because it is built for you. For those that are coaches or mentors, there is a program that is for you, right? We've got, it is a fantastic opportunity for you. You can see everybody in your groups and organizations points. You can have mini games. You can do whatever you want to. It's got an LMS built into it. You can upload your courses, but reach out to Cari. By the way, Cari, keep this in mind too. They can't go to the website directly and get anything for $96. So they have to, this is special just for you
Oh
guys.
yes. You got to reach out to us.
Yes.
True.
Yeah, you're not going to find this this program is not on the website.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. For the $96. So just reach out to me. You guys know how to work chat me. Actually, Barry, are you still on? It's your birthday today.
What is?
There's lots of birthdays today. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. I'm
There
not
it
here, but
is.
thank you. You're doing great, guys. I love you both.
You too,
Awesome.
buddy.
Nice
By
to
the way,
see you.
that's one of our team leaders and coaches for the next attraction challenge right there as well.
And I'm very excited for it too. Hopefully see you all in Vegas first. If you see me on the stage, you can see some of us on the stage, get excited and then come in and take the action and do it in this game. So great stuff, Rob. And then you get to look like him if you work out too.
Barry, see you in Vegas. Awesome. Jackson, did you have your hand up? One last question before we pop off.
I did, not anymore. Sorry.
Okay.
Jackson,
worries.
are you in or what? Is it no more window shopping time? Come on, buddy.
The first thing I put on there was I'm gonna join in. It was so now the contest part is which I like, because I just want to come in and I know that teams are formed. How does that work as you come in?
No,
late?
jump in, buddy. Start putting in your points, start tracking them now, because we do it on a week-to-week basis. And yeah, we'll go back more, but each week we look at that piece of it, and it's going to be even smaller teams for the next one. So don't wait, get in, do it. Keep in mind, there are two types of people, right? You got the ones that'll look at it and say, oh yes, I know I need to do that. I've seen that. All right, I want to go do that, and never do. And then you got the ones that will say, all right, it's time to change. It's the right opportunity. It's the right time. It's time to change the life. It's instead of being a part of whatever happens in the market, let's go make our own market.
Well, and I know that, everything that I've learned and known before, it's a completely different market. And I this is a market for me because I'm a private money pre-foreclosure guy. So I'm kind of looking at this going, oh, it's a possibility. There's some good stuff going on. But I know I need to completely change everything. And so like, I want to close 30 deals and at least bring on 30 people. And that's just kind of where my mindset is, but I've just got to change some things. And so.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I love it. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And that's, something I always remind my own self as well. And so this is something that just changes something for you. And if you're ready, to Rob's point, then you'll make it happen. Christina, thanks for joining us. It's the middle of the night in Europe. We are nighttime. We have this all recorded because I know you're a little bit late, and it's also live streamed in EXP Family Tree. So go back and watch the beginning if you want. Rob did share a screen. So work chat me if you would like me to send you the link for the $96. We will be forming teams. Joanne, quick question from you, my dear.
Yeah, Cari, I just wanted to say how excited I am about this because I feel like there is something for everyone. And for me, I know that I'll learn a ton about myself. It's been so long since I've done this disc assessment that I'm super excited to do that again because I don't remember what I am. I feel like I have a decent idea of where my energy is best spent and what my strengths are, but I could really use streamlining, identifying the pain points for me, where I'm missing the mark. Is it, and I could easily say it's conversion. It is, okay, I got that appointment set, but now shoot, focus on my craft. What do I say when I get there? And so having some accountability with that and just focusing on the areas that I need, I think is exactly what I need right now. And I'm hearing that there's awesome strengths or points for everyone at every level. And so I'm really excited.
Yeah.
So
Well,
on
that's
that-
the unique
that
thing
show
about
on-
this. Yeah. Sorry, Rob. I was going to say the unique thing about this is it's not like a one size fits all, like a lot of coaching programs or training programs. Also, it's not for just like a certain level of production. It really does span the gamut, which I think is cool.
Yeah, let me show you. I'll leave you with this one right here because this is what you're going to be able to see this and have access to this. So how many times have you been told if you're a D, here are the things that you should be doing? Right? If you're an I, here are the things that you should be doing. Okay, S, C, all personalities. How many times has anybody said, here are the best networking strategies for you as your personality? How about the best selling approaches for your personality? How about the best marketing strategies for your personality? Social media strategies for your personality? Follow up. How about communication practices with compatible profiles? Guys, this changes your whole real estate career.
Boom. I can't say anything more. Work chat me. Rob is also in, if you want to work chat him, if you have any questions, he's also in Workplace, Rob Tucker. And otherwise email me, text me. Most of you have my contact information, or you could find it on Workplace if you don't have it. I'm just excited to get a good group going. I would encourage you, if you do this, we'll have our group across the country together, maybe find a few people locally to do it with, if you can. And I think that would be kind of cool too, where you could do some things in person together. Sometimes you might find somebody that has similar strategies as you, and you could actually go door knock together and do some things together. And that gives some people some courage. I always say you can borrow courage and inspiration from other people. You just got to hang around the right people. So, all right, you guys, Rob, you're amazing. Super excited. Let's get started on this. And then the challenge will start on the 30th. It'll get us time to get in, get going, start working. If you're going to be in Vegas, make sure you reach out to me so I can meet you. And other than that, I just appreciate y'all being here. And if you want to share this with anybody, it'll be up on my YouTube very soon today, and you can go back in EXP Family Tree and watch the live stream if you are from EXP. Thanks you guys so much.
I'll be in Vegas too, so come.
Yay! Okay, good. That's awesome, Rob. I'll see you there. Thanks, everybody.
Everybody, bye y'all.